Welcome to Attack of the Pack. And before we get into all the AFC draft recap breakdowns, we're gonna do a Attack of the Pack football news. Oops. June 2nd. Alright, so by now everybody's heard of the whole Deflategate scandal. It's old news by now. Maybe not so, seeing as how he's appealing it. But ultimately, he got a 4-game suspension. The Patriots were docked. They were docked some draft picks.
Yeah, and then fined like what, $1 million?
Yeah, fined like $1 million or $2 million. But I mean, you can look up. We're not debating the punishment. We're looking into, was the punishment valid? And just things of that nature. All right, so Joe, I ask of you first. Let's get this out of the bag. Do you feel that he is guilty of having his ball sack a little too soft?
Well, I'm not commenting on his ball sack.
Well, the sack holds all of his footballs. I mean, theoretically, if the balls are light, his ball sack is going to be light. So you think his sack was light, Joe?
That's a disturbing question.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I haven't heard everything as to what evidence they brought forth or what has been proven. Let's be honest. The Patriots have been involved in quite a few scandals over the years.
I mean,
and nothing ever happens. And
they're too damn good, man.
Yeah.
Too damn good.
I think it warrants.
Too damn good.
It warrants a punishment. Something needed to be done after X amount of scandals.
Uh-huh.
Do I think it's going to tarnish Brady or Belichick's legacy? No. They got 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Well,
it's not going to affect
6 Super Bowl appearances.
Patriots fans can cry all they want.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter.
And ultimately,
we've seen the way Tom Brady plays. They could go 0-4 with Garoppolo and finish the season 12.
I mean, they pretty much played without Tom. I mean, I know physically he was on the field, but he wasn't the same Tom Brady the first 4 weeks of last season.
Yeah.
So, but they basically last year when they won the Super Bowl played the first 4 weeks without Tom Brady. From what I've heard, they have some sort of it's all very murky. It's what I heard. It's never what I know.
It's hearsay.
Yeah, but from what I've heard, it's they have some text from the ball boy and the other guy that says Tom likes his ball soft, and and Tom said he wants less air. Fuck Tom. That's what one of the messages said. And then the thing that gets really fishy, Tom wouldn't hand over his phone, for them to look at and see if he was just making up the text or what, And then they ask, hey Tom, look, you ain't even got to give us your phone. All we want is this information right here. Give us this information, because we know you probably got some nudies of Giselle, and you don't want, us seeing them, is fine. But give us this information, and we'll let it rest. As far as, keep pestering you about it, and he still wouldn't do it. So, I don't know. That seems a little suspicious. Now, let's get into the punishment. So the punishment, as we discussed so far, before any appeals, the draft picks and the fines are going to stay because the Patriots are not appealing.
Yeah, it's a 1st and 4th round pick.
Yeah. So, that's funny because now, whoever's the worst team in the league next year basically gets 2 first-round picks. Unless you have a situation where you have this year where Tennessee and Tampa just switch at the beginning of the second round. But then even then, the second pick in the second round becomes the first pick of the second round, sort of.
Yeah.
and so forth and so on. In a lot of ways, that first pick is considered a second round pick, or the first pick of the second round. Anyways, you get the point I'm trying to make. Anyways, but the thing that bothers me about this whole situation is in the report they said, we believe Bill Belichick had no knowledge. We believe Robert Kraft had no knowledge. And yet they're penalized a first-round draft pick. Now, what I believe is the reasoning behind this is it's the NFL saying, "Ha! We got you, bastards!" They're constantly caught up in all these conspiracies and scandals that I think they're finally just saying, "Ah, we got you by the toenail and we're not letting go." And they finally just want to stick it to them and show them like, damn it, we are the authority. Respect my authority. But given just the context of this particular crime, I don't know, I think that seems a little harsh. I mean, especially when it was proven that they had nothing to do with it. Your own investigator said Belichick nor Kraft knew anything about it. I mean, if you have to find them, fine, but hit them with like a third and a fourth. Or, a third
and a fourth, and
or something like, and then like maybe
let's
250 grand fine. No, not a first round pick. I mean, granted, Belichick normally trades those away anyway, but but a first round pick, that's a little steep for a team that had nothing to do, or an organization that had nothing to do with the crime that was being committed. It was a couple of employees and possibly a player that took it upon themselves to do this, according to your own investigator. All right, I'm not saying that's what actually happened, but according to the investigation, it was an employee, it was 2 employees, and possibly a player that were responsible for this. But you're punishing the organization, and you're punishing Belichick by taking away a first-round pick?
Here we can go to the age-old philosophy that one person screws up, the whole team's affected.
Yeah, there's no I in team. If one person fucks up on a play, we're all running laps. But
so, from that standpoint, yeah.
And that's why I say I understand the loss of draft picks, but a first round pick seems a little harsh.
And let's be honest, I don't even understand why even fine the team.
I mean, come on, what's
$1
million?
They say $1 million is the largest fine in NFL history of a team.
Well, it's the max. It's like
what the hell is $1 million
$1
to the Patriots? Okay, here you go.
I think Robert Kraft wipes his ass with that every morning. I see. That's what I'm saying. The fine seems petty and pointless. It's not going to do anything, and the first round pick seems I don't know, just like over punishment. Like I don't know. I understand that yes, they have to be punished as well, because like I said, no I in team mentality. You fuck up, they all fucked up. But a first round pick,
yeah,
that's a serious like punishment, man. I mean, I know, the Patriots, just like the Seahawks and the Packers, are one of those teams that can find gems in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, but still, the money round is and always will be the first round. I mean, substantially, the members of the Hall of Fame are substantially first-round picks.
Yeah.
There's a good, like, more than 50% are first-round picks. So, and there's a reason.
I don't know. My take, if you're going to, like you said, if you're going to discipline the team, 3rd, 4th round pick.
Yeah.
Forget the fine. Brady, okay, wasn't it originally 8 games? And then he...
Well, that was...
already,
That was like the first, like, how do I want to say this, rumor. Like, once they came down and said, okay, we are going to punish Brady, that was like a rumor that came out, was like 8 games. But the first official announcement was 4 games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There's still several months before the season starts.
Yeah. And he's going to hear the appeal on the 23rd, so.
I bet money Brady doesn't sit any games. He's Tom Brady. They're the New England Patriots. I think fair punishment, 2 games.
Yeah.
I understand maybe if you want to start at 4 games, initially anticipating an appeal. Because you know everybody's going to be crying for it.
Well, he's
So
already
knock
got
it down to 2 games, pacify a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, and Goodell really wins because he gets to rob the Pats of a first and a fourth, and they're not going to appeal. So that is fact. Next year, the Patriots will not have a first-round pick. So, which isn't really going to hurt because, I mean, let's face it, they're always picking at the end of the first anyway. They'll probably be in the playoffs again this year, meaning pick like 26 or above. So it's not that crucial of a pick, but still, it's a first-round pick. All right.
I just see them saying, screw it, we're not even going to appeal it, and they're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder
And Garoppolo's
and basically
gonna play.
prove a point so they can say, Roger Goodell, F you.
Right. All right, we got to move on a little bit because we're already down to like 8 minutes before the video cuts out. All right, so moving on, we're going to talk about Cam Jordan real quick. A 5-year, $60 million extension. He's like a defensive end for New Orleans. 2 Cams got paid in the NFC South today. First was Cam Jordan. So, I ask you, Joe, Cam Jordan, is he worth the investment? Supposedly, I want to say it was around $27 million guaranteed over the first 2 years or something like that.
He's a defensive end?
Yeah, Cam Jordan. 1 second, folks. Gotta look up some stats. Now, mind you, I think they play a 3-4, so, I mean, hell, if he's got more than 5 sacks, it's probably, yeah, you can just hit that one. Okay, last year he had 7.5 sacks. Damn, he even had an interception. Hey.
51 tackles.
That was a defensive end in a 3-4. And he had 12.5 sacks in 2013. It's pretty good for a 3-4 defensive end. Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily worth the $60 million, but I'm saying those are, I mean, pretty decent numbers for a 3-4 defensive end. I mean, if you look up like Sheldon Richardson, who's, you know, a stalwart badass for the Jets at defensive end, his numbers aren't going to be too much different.
Pay him the money, I don't know. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of any other defensive linemen that stand out on the New Orleans Saints.
That's a good point. All right. So, I mean, obviously the Saints aren't our team or anything, but yeah, and someone brought it up to me earlier today. Man, why pay them so much money up front, like on the front end? Well, you know, a lot of these players, man, a lot of these, you know, let me put it to you this way: would you rather pay a lot for this guy while he's still producing for you and you're getting your money out of him, or you want to put it on the back end of his contract where there's a chance he could start not performing as well, and then yeah, you can always cut him, but if you're guaranteed that money, okay, now you got to cut dead weight money. So now you got money going against the cap, and he's not playing as good, and then it becomes like a whole little clusterfuck thing. I don't know. I think it's a pretty savvy move by the Saints. However, I don't know how this is going to play into their salary cap situation, because from what I understand, they're going to be in salary cap hell this year, this coming up off season. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I think Drew Brees is getting like $20 million this year. I think. Don't crucify me on that now. I think. All right, moving on real quick. Got about 5 minutes left. Cam Newton got a $103 million 5-year contract extension. $67 million over the first 3 years. Joe, I go to you. My man. Dodger. Is it worth it?
Hell no. You guys made the playoffs last year because you play in a crap-ass division.
This is true.
Okay, stats. What's his best year touchdown wise?
24 touchdowns.
With
2013.
13 interceptions
Ooh.
and 3 fumbles.
So 24 touchdowns.
Best completion percentage, almost 62%.
Yeah.
Best passer rating, just under 89. You gonna pay the man that kind of money?
That is, I believe, currently the highest paid quarterback in the league. I mean, even when Peyton Manning was a free agent, he didn't get that kind of money. He got like 5 years, 96 or 98 million. He didn't get $103 million. It's a lot of money to a quarterback that has not really produced, and arguably his best year was his rookie year. Which, don't worry, Seattle Seahawks fans, don't worry, because in a couple of weeks, or maybe even months, we will be talking about your quarterback in the same vein. Oh yeah, Russell Wilson getting overpaid big time. You want to argue with me? That's fine. But you might want to look at the stats first and see how he has regressed every year he's been in the league. Just saying. Just saying. You don't let one of arguably the worst pass defenses in the NFL pick you off 4 times. And I don't care what the Seahawks fans try to say, it was wide receiver drop passes. No. There were at least 2 picks in that game thrown straight to Green Bay defenders. Straight to Green Bay defenders. Now, don't get me wrong, Aaron Rodgers will throw some picks. He'll throw some stupid ones. Like the one, in fact, to Richard Sherman in the NFC Championship when he was trying to throw to Devontae Adams. But at least he was trying to hit his target. You don't see Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning when he was not noodle-armed. You don't see those quarterbacks, those elite, as they like to throw the word around, throwing directly to defenders on the opposite team, just standing there like, "What's up, bro? Thanks for the ball, man." I mean, yeah, you'll see guys step in front of a pass that they maybe didn't see, but he threw straight to Clinton Dix. Like, the boy didn't even have to move. Anyways, that's not on the discussion today.
But come on, man, you're gonna pay that kind of money to a quarterback. His career stats of the team, they have 32 wins, 31 losses, and a tie.
Hey,
Just about 500.
But hey, he did get them the first ever team in the NFC South to win back-to-back NFC South division title.
So that war
With a losing record. Oh, man. All right, real quick, because we're running out of time. Real quick, Pat Peterson returns to OTAs today. How do you feel about the whole situation? Or not Pat Peterson. Excuse me. God. Good Lord. Excuse
I was
me.
like, what situation?
Adrian Peterson. AP all day. Running back. Number 28 for the Vikings. That guy.
I'm glad to see him back.
Me too, as a fan.
Vikings fans, Packer fans, we're loving on your team again. Might be a division rival, but how can you hate the guy?
I know that man can play some ball. That man can run the damn ball.
I grimace every time I watch YouTube videos of Adrian Peterson running the ball.
Especially when he trucks Tramon Williams. Oh, God, that guy. Oh, I'm so glad he's gone. I know some Packer fans might chastise me for that, but ever since the Super Bowl,
What'd the man do?
the dude, all the man did was get burned. All he did was get burned. He had 3 interceptions. Fucking.
It's like Al Harris reincarnated.
Man, I know! Alright, man, we gotta stop because we're running out of time. Joe, send us out. We're gonna get on this AFC shit.